I'm starting the stream.
Let's get it.
The stream is starting. Here, I'll keep it as a black screen just for right now. Keep it on the Artstrading masterclass. CJ, do you mind sending the link to everybody for me?
What link?
Go on YouTube to my channel real quick and just throw the link into the chat.
Let's see. Stock Talk Live, huh?
Yes, sir, bro. Secret tunnel, bro. Have you seen that? Secret tunnel. Bro, tell me how we were saying if this thing doesn't get above this mark, it's gonna dump. And what happened, bro? And what happened?
We slid.
Bar for bar.
I'm just making a couple of charts. Give me a sec.
Bar for frickin' bar, my boy. I cannot believe it.
Let's say the good news is we don't have too much news.
Oh no, bro, it's just gonna be dump.
Well, yeah, I mean,
no news, just dump.
Yeah, no, that's good news. I think the only real major news we have is Thursday's jobless claims, but I mean, Monday's literally scheduled nothing. That's what it says. So,
So we're good.
yes, sir.
Bro, I'm so excited. Seriously, the masterclass, the freaking 8-day intensive group.
Now the 8-day intensive is going crazy, bro.
Going absolutely crazy, man. Seriously, like, I'm so excited to watch the journey of our members because it's gonna make me shed a tear, bro. It's beautiful.
Yeah, facts.
But anyways, let's get right into this thing. I know that the YouTube thing is now up, so we should be going. Let's run it. So, quickly, market has been dumping. Just crazy sell-off. You might be wondering, oh, Art, why is it selling off so bad? Oh my gosh. Daily chart, massive head and shoulders, SMA crossover, MACD crossover. Everything says the market dumps. Where did this thing bottom, right? 12,401. What is the bottom 23.6 fib? 12,399 and a half. Why did we bounce? That's the fib. Who would have thought? That said, I think that we're going to retest this 12,400 going into this week. And if we do, we have quite a pitfall to go. I think falling below that line is going to be quite the sell. And considering the actual way that this market's setting up, I wouldn't be surprised if we went into the 12,000 test. CJ, can you really quick just take over for a second? I just need to mute myself for a sec.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah.
Yeah, guys. I mean, exciting week. Kind of looking at the same thing Art's looking at. This 12,400 is going to be a pretty big level. And one thing that I like to do, and I'm actually going to be posting my charts in the Discord after we're done, but I always like to have a game plan to both the upside and downside, right? I mean, one thing I learned trading in the markets for 4 years now, maybe a little bit longer, is you never want to go in bias because if the stock starts going the opposite way of what you thought it was going to do, now you're sitting there with a bias. So always good to have a game plan for both sides, but you're always going to go in with one side being a little bit stronger than the other. So I am more so short bias. I mean, we're coming out of a big bear flag on the 4 hour, head and shoulders on the daily as far as NQ goes. So
order filled.
More towards bear bias.
But order filled.
In a situation, there's always a bounce, and that gives you an opportunity to obviously either short or ride the bounce up for a quick move. So I know we're going to be covering a few charts. If you guys can hear me, please start entering your tickers in either the Discord or on YouTube here, and we're going to start covering the tickers very shortly. And I'll kind of start with Apple.
All right.
Art's back, so he'll start with Apple.
All right. So Apple. Apple's pretty interesting because we are currently floating above the 61.8 fib. I think that considering the way that pre-market's opening up, I think that we'll likely end up testing that 160 mark. And so I think that with that in mind, we could potentially bounce this level depending on market sentiment. I think that if we do fall below, we go back down to the 50 on the daily chart. So in terms of smaller term time frame, all right, well, yeah, it looks good over time, but what do I do in terms of a smaller term? I think that if we fall below, or if we were trying to trend back down to this 160 area, let's take profit at 162, 161, and then 160. I'm thinking maybe like a 165 put option for 2 weeks out. So maybe like a mid-September expiry. And I'm thinking that as a whole, if the market does continue to slide, NQ is obviously going to get dragged down, and Apple's a very major part of NQ. So I wouldn't be shocked if we saw that sell-off, translate into Apple. I know Apple's been very strong in terms of just their long-term time frames. You look at the daily chart, and they had almost a complete V-shaped recovery, almost back to all-time highs. But they failed, right? And since they failed, we now have to chart for the downside. And in this case, it is going back down to 160, right? So 160 for me, short profit target, and maybe relief play from 160 back to 163. But I'm, again, very short bias going into this week, considering the way that the futures are setting up as we speak. I'd also like to go into Amazon. Amazon is pretty interesting. Here are the fibs I drew, and I also drew a little gap. So what's interesting about Amazon is that 128/129 area is just a small level of support. We do have a crossover on the MACD. If we end up falling below 129, 128 area, we don't really have much holding us up until we hit 124 and then 122. So realistically speaking, I'm probably going to end up taking this thing short, maybe a 132 strike with, again, 2 weeks out to capitalize on the sell downwards. I think that, again, this is all purely dependent on if NQ falls below 12,400. But with that in mind, if they do break, I do expect to take this thing a lot lower. Another common name that I'm getting here is Tesla. Tesla is currently in a strong downwards trend. I think that if we can continue this downtrend for NQ, we'll see Tesla round off. It had a bull flag, but if it's breaking and below 286, you don't have support until 265. And considering the split, it's also, a lot less people are buying in comparison to people leading up into that news. So I'm going to be playing this thing short as well, probably down to the 50 SMA, but I can expect it to go down to about 285, 280. Overall, I'm pretty short biased on Tesla as well because it's already crossed over and it's already sitting neutral on RSI. Let's see. Can I look at JP Morgan? Yeah, of course. JPM's interesting because it was on a pretty strong uptrend, but these recent candles that it had completely destroyed the uptrend and majority of progress that was made. Look at this massive 3% sell-off in one day. We're already below the 50 SMA. We're crossed down. We're already neutral on RSI. I would not be shocked if this thing continued to sell off. As a whole, I'm again, pretty short on the market, but if we can hold 50 SMA, I wouldn't be shocked if we tested 117 again. So let's see. I just entered into a small long here, CJ on NQ.
I was looking at a couple, but I'm gonna chill until market. But I think we go back up to 12,450.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, that's VWAP, and that's another, I think, key level from the pivot.
I think Wells Fargo is setting up as a head and shoulders here as well. I think we'll probably plateau 43 and then touch this 50 SMA line, and when we break it, this thing dumps because, again, crossover, it's already opening up and looks pretty nasty as we speak. So short on Wells. Dude, don't tell me everything on my charts are going to be short biased.
Well, I mean, it's hard not to have a short bias when you're just looking at
when everything says we go down.
Well, I mean, just from a price action standpoint, right? if you're looking at a 1 minute, 5 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily or weekly, if you ever have one candle that engulfs
The
not just one
entire multiple
candle,
days.
but yeah, 2, 3, 4 candles at a time. I mean, that just lets you know that buyers just aren't there. So it's like I said, it's pretty easy to have a short bias. And I'm with you, bro. I think we had lower.
I agree, bro. And so notice right here we have Disney getting pushed down by the 9 SMA, falling below the 20. Crossover on MACD. We're going into the neutral zone for the RSI. Pretty short biased here as well. I think maybe 112, then 110, and then eventually down to 105. Overall, it does not look very strong at all. AMD is another very popular name. This is a great choice for when you're trading with a small account. We're going to go back into this down channel. If we don't bounce at 88, this thing will dump back down, eventually down to 70 once we get back into this downwards channel. This is a custom script that I use that is given to Masterclass and to the 8-day intensive members. So notice we're touching about 50 SMA at 88. Fall below, we are now in this huge down channel on the daily chart. Open MACD, bearish RSI. I wouldn't be shocked if AMD continued to sell off. So with AMD, we usually like to chart NVIDIA with it. NVIDIA is already in that downtrend. We already broke the 50. We're already open on the MACD. Realistically, 160, 157, 153, and then 150. Pretty short biased, but the market says, the market has spoken. That we do not want to break above that 200 SMA on the daily chart, and so we have to head lower. Exxon Mobil, sure, let's do some gasoline. Exxon's a little interesting considering that it's been trending back up from this 105 high that it had. Honestly, if we can see Exxon bounce on the 9-day moving average, I will take this thing long back up to 100. I do think that Exxon Mobil is very strong. I think that oil is very strong, so I wouldn't mind taking that. XLE, that's the energy sector. Again, energy has been doing quite the recovery. We're, $10 short, so 10% off of highs, and we are holding a very strong uptrend on the 9-day moving average. I wouldn't be shocked if this thing continued higher. I think XLE looks pretty okay. Let's pull GME. I hate GameStop. GME downtrend, we touched 28. It's crossed down already, so I mean it looks pretty bearish to me. I personally don't play meme stocks, but if you do so much choose to, I mean, it's pretty bearish as we speak. Goldman Sachs is crossing down on the daily chart. Only thing that I fear a red open because usually you see like kind of a pop, but who knows? I think we'll end up touching that 12,400 on NQ and that 4,000 on SPY. So if SPY falls below 4,000, we'll see all finance fall pretty hard. AXP, American Express. American Express kind of looks okay, but it did have this 9 and 20 SMA crossover, and we do see RSI and MACD both setting to the downside. RSI is quickly falling, MACD is crossed, opening up. So I'd be pretty bearish on American Express, down to about 150. Costco? Of course I can do Costco. So Costco just fell below the 61.5 fib. So honestly, you can't really see much support until this thing hits about 423. I wouldn't be shocked if that's what we ended up touching tomorrow if the market is red. I do want to take Costco short going into tomorrow as my options trade because I do think that they are a little weak. Home Depot? I don't like Home Depot anymore, guys. I don't vibe with Home Depot. If Home Depot does hold this 50 SMA / 0 fib, I mean, actually, you know what? Let me reset the fib on this thing. Let's remove this drawing. We'll go to 420.61 down to 264.51. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting on 50 SMA. If we break below, this thing dumps. There's really nothing else to say about it. I mean, futures are rocketing right now. CJ, you see this thing?
Yeah, I'm peeping.
Order filled.
Order filled. I'm out.
We're almost at that 50. You should have held for the 50, bro. 50 is gonna be a magnet. Look, there it is. It's coming in. It's coming in hot.
We'll see.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it for you, bro.
I mean, well, bro, it's VWAP, so I feel like it's gonna magnet. It's a magnet.
Let's do Shopify. Shopify. Honestly, it's too neutral. I wouldn't even take this in the first place. But if it falls below 30, best believe I am going to be in the biggest short of my life. Again, keep in mind nothing that I'm saying here is financial advice. This is just what I think, what I'll be trading. So, yeah. Let's just pull up S&P 500. That's SPY. SPY fell below 38.2. Realistically, I think it touches the 400 mark, aka 4,000 for NQ. I mean for ES. Sorry.
Order filled.
All right, I'm in, CJ.
I'm not in just yet. What are you watching? Just for 40 hold, or what are you thinking?
40 hold.
Yeah, I gotta wait a little bit. I need a little more confirmation.
Okay.
There's 9 taps. So let's
Here's
see.
Alibaba. BABA. Baba. So Alibaba failed to get above 50. I wouldn't be shocked if this thing continued heading lower. That said, it does have a crossover to the upside, so it could actually very well munch up this sell. Maybe that might be like my only bullish sentiment out of everything, honestly. But I think if anything's gonna push, it's probably gonna be oil. If I'm keeping it a bill with y'all.
Keep it a buck.
Keeping it a buck. Square. I'm pretty sure I already did Square. I'm sure. Square. Square is pretty bearish. We're falling below the 23.5 fib line. We're below 50, 9, and 20 SMA. MACD is open to the downside. RSI is bearish. I think this thing continues heading lower down to what, 66 and then 60, 63. Pretty bearish overall. I mean, finance isn't looking very strong, so I think with Square being finance and tech, it's just going to get the serving of a lifetime, considering that the last day that it just had on Friday was a down 7.7% day. I wouldn't be shocked if it continued going even lower. So it's going to get the right rumble, man.
Oh, who hurt that? Like, who hurt that man for it to be down 7%?
Like,
That's
bro.
crazy.
Gold is going to go back into this downtrend right here. Look at this H pattern. Opening down with MACD, I think it's pretty weak. I wouldn't be shocked if we started seeing some gold shorts this week.
Not the right rumble.
Any
That's
other tickers? Any other questions? What is 8DI? 8DI is a program that me and CJ have. It is a one-on-one small group mentorship where we are walking everyone through the way I trade, the way that they should be looking at trading in terms of it being a career. That's mentality. That's covering strategy, how to create your own strategy, and also use indicators. I want you to be able to read my charts and actually understand exactly why I'm doing everything that I'm saying. And the goal is to create a way better trader than who walked in the door. Our
well,
goal
also
with
too,
the
to add one thing on top of that. So the ADI is crazy because most people can take a course, and hopefully like people can replay this on YouTube, but anybody can take a course. But how many people are willing to actually walk you through the actual step-by-step how-tos? And let's say if an average course takes you a month to go through, right? Let's say it's 60 hours worth of videos. You're watching maybe a video, maybe 2 videos a day. We're actually taking you through, let's say, a 60-hour course in a matter of 8 days. And then we're going to also give you the accountability and a personalized game plan that you need to make sure that you don't blow up your account, to make sure that you're consistently profitable, to make sure you're withdrawing money to your bank account, right? And it's a whole more than just teaching you how to trade. We actually handhold you to make sure you're profitable. We technically force you to be profitable, which is a good problem to have. So that's what the ADI is, and that's why people get the extra benefits, they get the extra bonuses, they get the extra indicators, because we're forcing these people to become profitable.
Exactly. And so on top of that, I mean, if you wanted more information, I mean, you already sent me a DM, so I can give you some more information on that. Boeing. Boeing is interesting because we're sitting on top of the 20 and the 9. They are crossing to the upside. MACD is losing a little bit of the sell pressure, so we might actually see Boeing push. But again, we've got to keep in mind that NQ and ES are down. So you can't really have a bullish game plan when it comes to an entirely red market. I would just be careful. Maybe play the game plan on a green day for the market and it'll be a lot better off. But yeah, I like Boeing to the upside, but I would just be careful. Also, I mean, you got what, $10
Yeah,
upside? I think it's
I
pretty
wouldn't
fair.
I wouldn't take it long, bro. I mean, the Dow Jones was down,
Exactly.
3%, which is pretty huge. You know what I mean? So that's borderline crash territory, right? So 3% on Friday, and Boeing is a pretty big component of the Dow Jones. So I would stay away from it. As far as long goes.
Facts. Any other tickers? I mean, shoot, we kind of flew through those. I went through all my DMs, and I mean, I believe Ken put in two. He put in Amazon and AMD. I already hit those. Already got two DM messages. Nothing in the ticker channel. We are flying through this thing.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say we're flying on NQ. I missed my entry.
Happens,
we're
bro.
flying.
Happens.
We're flying on NQ too. I was trying to enter at 41 bounce.
I got you.
This thing's ripping.
I think we'll touch 50 on NQ.
We have to, bro. See,
it's what the indicators say, bro.
It's what the book says.
The book says we got it, bro. The book says we hit.
Book says we slap. Yo,
well, look, we already broke 200 SMA. We're riding on top of the 9.
Yeah.
Who says this thing doesn't push above 50 SMA on the 5-minute chart? You know.
Feel that.
But I mean, if that's all of our tickers, I mean, shoot. Maybe I was. Did I talk too fast? Is that what the hell?
Is this about to be 50 tap here?
Maybe, bro. I
I
think.
think so. Hey, do Bitcoin. Do something fun. Do Bitcoin.
Bitcoin / BTC.
Yeah, let's see.
Worthless. There you go.
Well, but I mean, hey, you know, as a
Nah,
as an
look,
investor-
Bitcoin below 20K is scary. Anytime Bitcoin is below 20K, I'm thinking, yo, I'm about to see the fucking. I mean, sorry for the French YouTube. Please do not pull me off. I think we retouch that 18,000, and if we do, I think Bitcoin slides, and I think it slides hard. And you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be scooping this thing back up at 10K. That is my profit. That's my entry.
That's why I wanted you to cover it, because it's like, okay, like, yes, it's scary, but this is the time to buy when it's scary. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As like long term.
Order filled.
Yo, I'm in this NQ, bro. We're gonna pump right here. We're gonna take my money.
I just sold.
Oh, you sold? I think you sold it to me.
Oh no, bro.
I got a tight stop, very very light trade too. So it's after hours. I have no business trade right now.
Yeah.
But,
So Bitcoin. I mean, I'd be a little concerned about it, but honestly, like, it's just creating a way better opportunity to buy. Genuinely.
Let's see. My stop either. Oh, yo, I'm up. Let's go. I'm out. Let's get it. Let's go.
Good stuff, bro.
All right, I'm out.
But I think I might just wrap it up there. I mean, I hit every single ticker. Really, I did. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Seriously. And I'll be catching you guys in tomorrow's live stream. I'm very excited to trade, and I think that we're gonna make quite a bit of great game plans that will be executed correctly.
Wow.
That's it, man.
Look at this thing, bro.
I'm not looking, bro.
To 60.
Oh my, it's breaking my
I'm
heart.
hurt, bro. I'm gonna go throw up, bro.
It's up $10 from where I sold, bro. I don't know.
This is bananas, bro.
It happens, bro. It happens. Yo, I'm gonna really quickly stall because my mouse died and I can't click the end stream button.
Oh, good.
But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. As usual, I appreciate everyone. I'll be live again tomorrow in the morning for Artstrading Live. We'll be doing options and futures, and I look forward to having everyone there. Again, right at open, ready to go. Game plans are set. I'm excited. I will catch you guys in that stream. And for those who want more information on the 8-day intensive, shoot me a message. Send me a DM. Doesn't matter. Just get to me because I would love to take on more students for our second session. Right now we are closed. We did sell out, so I am not taking new people right now, but I will heavily consider you for our next session if you start showing interest now. That said, thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your night, and I will see you guys